Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to share a phone conversation with a dealership about the markups, and this dealership is full of Chargers and Challengers. Like, their whole showroom floor is filled with them, and they've got a ton of them out on their lot as well. If you go to their website, there's just a ton of them. Hammett still has a bunch of the narrow bodies. They're giving these things away. Every dealership I've called right now says, you know, well, if you want a narrow body, I can make a deal with you. And I'm like, oh, you know, we can make a deal. We could make a deal on MSRP. Come down. We're flexible. It feels like no one in the world wants a narrow body. The whole world wants wide bodies, and the dealers can't get rid of the narrow bodies, and they can't get rid of the wide bodies because they're sitting on fat prices. So I'm going to play this conversation. Then we're going to chat for a second. Then we're going to boogie to a car dealership, a Dodge dealership. And I just want to show you just an example of how packed these dealers are with cars. Whether it's used cars, new cars, it doesn't matter. They're packed. And a lot of these cars are sitting on the market 100 days, not selling, not moving, because they're asking these huge markups. So let's go ahead and play that phone conversation with this very nice kid, salesman who just wants to make a living. So I don't, like, you know, I beat up on these guys a lot. This kid's just wanting to make a living, but he's being saddled with $40,000 markups and literally no justification for him at this point. And it's kind of a funny conversation. So let's go ahead and play that now.
Dodge. This call is being recorded for quality control purposes.
Is there anything specific you were looking for?
Yeah, you have a green. It looks like you guys have a lot of Hellcats, like a lot of them. Like I saw, like you guys have a whole showroom floor full of them.
Yeah, we have jailbreaks, and then we also have red eyes. We have possibly maybe a couple red eyes, maybe like 4 or 5 red eyes, and then the rest probably will be jailbreaks and regular Hellcats as well.
Yeah, I mean, so you guys have a pretty good supply, so it's worth coming down and trying to make a deal with you guys, right?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to go ahead and do mention we have markups on most of our vehicles that are Hellcats. We're going 40 over markup adjustment.
Whoa!
So anything that's MSRP, we're going 40. I mean, everything is negotiable. I do want to go ahead and say not all of them go for 40. You know, the price is always negotiable, just depending on how, you know, how we're looking to go ahead and pay, finance. If we're looking to pay cash, your own bank, you know, we have to look into those perspectives and see what we're able to go ahead and be able to finance for you.
So I noticed. Okay, well, thanks for being upfront about that, Caesar. It's very nice of you, because I'd get arrested if I came in there and you guys told me it was 40,000. I'd probably end up in the back of a police car. No, come on, because that's freaking crazy, my friend. With that said, I get you're just doing your job. You just work there. You're not the guy that decided on this insanity. With that said,
right,
the average days on the I found this car on Car Guru. It's been on your guys' lot for 104 days. Like, what are they doing? Just like trying not to sell them? Is that what I mean? Are they trying not to sell cars right now?
I mean, the markup right now is just because, I mean, I don't know if you're into the Dodge product and into it like that, but they're discontinuing these V8s. So ever since they've been discontinuing these V8s, there's no more orders. Nobody can take orders anymore. So anybody that's trying to make an order, I mean, can't make an order, when the ones who did are still probably waiting on it. So it's whatever. That's the market adjustment on it. So that's why it's more like
I appreciate that. I'm into the cars. I love them. I think they're great. It's just when I see cars taking 4, 5, 6 months, nobody's buying them, and they're asking 40 over, I'm like, maybe they don't want to, because there's some dealers that don't want to sell them. They just want to keep them, because at 40 grand over, and it's like 4 months sitting on your lot, in any other planet, they'd be offering me a discount to try to get these things moved, unless you guys like owning them. Like, it sounds like
I mean, we always, I mean, what would you, let's say, like you said you were on our website, correct?
Yeah, I mean, look, I
so
think
on the new one,
I think prices are, the problem is we got $7 a gallon of gas, we've got a hemorrhaging economy, we've got interest rates through the moon, we've got V8s that are dying, people aren't as excited about them as they used to be. I love the cars. These are my toys. They're not cars I drive every day as a daily driver. So I don't mind as much those issues. the banks are getting tighter on lending stand. I mean, all these things that I'm running into when I'm shopping for cars, and then I call up and it's like I'm seeing all these dealers with all these cars sitting for 3, 4, 5 months not selling, and then I call the dealers and they're like, oh, we want 20 over, we want 30 over, we want 40 over, and I'm sitting here going, I have a blank check right now to buy a car at MSRP. Frankly, I think if a car is there for 5 months, it should be discounted, not inflated. But call me crazy, you know what I mean? Like, if you guys had, you know, like, it's 4 months, nobody buys the car. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to, you know, a Rhodes Scholar to go, maybe these cars aren't as popular as we think they are. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not everybody. Yeah, I mean, there's so many reasons over the markup. I mean, we could put them out there in perspective, but it's just the reason they have all these different markups. And I mean, you could call any other dealership. Though, it's how you said it. You call one, some will say 20, another will say 30, and another will say 40. And the reason for these markups too is just because not everybody else has them, like, you know, like on their lot, like the way we do as well.
Yeah, no, it looks like you guys are holding them.
Even
or it looks like Chop is holding them hostage, man. He's like, I got him, you can't have them. So I wonder if he just wants them. You know, like, like maybe he just wants to keep them for, you know, because
what would you? What would you pay for? I mean, it's a brand new one. It's a 2023.
Yeah, I'm an MSRP.
And you're looking for, what is it?
I'm an MSRP buyer for a Charger,
okay.
Hellcat jailbreak. I mean, I'm an MSRP buyer, and, you know, all day long, you know, I think the incentives are going to have to come back because Dodge is struggling, especially with the strike, you know, the oversupply of cars. I think, but I feel safe at MSRP. I just know that 10, 15, 20 over, I'm going to be screwed because nobody wants these cars right now. I mean, it's like they're like nobody wants them because of gas prices. I love them. I don't care.
I mean, we have people coming in, but it's just not everybody has the money and quality or has the credit for it.
Right.
I mean, and the ones that actually do have the money and the credit for it, that's how you say we always negotiate. It's always the markup, you know. I mean,
yeah.
And the markup is how it's, you know, it's how we say we totally understand. That's how you said, I'm just a person that gives you an information.
Yeah, you're.
And that, but at the end of the day, I know for sure they do it at a way because they try to go ahead and, you know, try to get money. But at the end of the day, if you offer them maybe, I don't know, the car's going for 100, 106 at MSRP, if you probably throw them 115, then I'll be like, okay, I'll take it. Why not?
Oh, I'm sure he would, man. The problem is, what I found out is if I come back to you, you know, a month later with, you know, 200 miles on it, they're gonna have me Kelly Blue Book. So I'm just terrified because I don't keep cars that long. So like when they sell it to me, it's the most rare car in the world that there's 50 of them on the lot. So that's my thing. So if you wouldn't
keep the car that long, would you do a lease? Maybe zero down, and I could get you. You sound like a person that knows about their credit, that knows about the vehicles, that knows their stuff. You know, that knows stuff about the market and what's going on around.
Yeah, my experience on the leases.
We could try to go ahead and get you with the lease. We could get you probably with zero down, maybe get you the best percent. Right now that we're trying to give is like 2.9 to 3% of interest rate.
Yeah, the only problem with the leases,
that's just everywhere.
Yeah, the problem with the leases is the lease company like Chrysler, Stellantis, they do the lease on MSRP and then they amortize the markup across the lease. So the payment goes from, let's say the payment would be $1,500 a month. The payment comes in at like $2,300 a month because of the markup, and that's because they don't want to. They're not going to, because the residual. They're going to want that overage money. The markup, they're going to want that paid off before that lease ends. So when I went and looked at a Scat Pack, and the guy goes, you know, it was a few years ago during markups, and he's like, oh yeah, your payment on a Scat Pack is $1,644, and I'm like, I got a 760 FICO score. He goes, the problem is my 25,000 markup has to be amortized over the 3 years, and on top of the standard lease rate. So we're doing it with zero down. So the problem, the markups just they kill the deals, because then I'm looking at a $2,200 car payment on a Hellcat. I got a Lamborghini I don't pay that much for, you know?
Yeah.
And it came with like...
How much you pay for the Lamborghini?
I only paid $100,000. I bought a Gallardo. So...
Oh, that's nice.
But it's you know, it's a fun car. So, you know, I'm going to keep watching. I think I'm watching your guys' site because I come out to Vegas probably at least once a month. So I've got a trip coming up. I think not next weekend, the week after. But I was gonna figure I'd get in my car and drive out there right now. You're only 4 hours away from me. But I think.
Where are you at?
I'm in Orange County.
Orange County,
California. So I go to Vegas. In a Hellcat, it's 3 hours. In a Scat Pack, it's 4 hours. Right?
That's right.
In my Lamborghini, it's 6 hours because it breaks 3 times on the way there.
Because
well, look.
Hey, it's the sad truth, but they're fun. They're fun and beautiful cars to drive. They really are.
Yeah, but I love my Dodges. You know, it's just, man, these prices gotta fit. We're in a recession, man. Everybody thinks we're not in a recession yet. I'm like, I don't know about you, but it cost me $150 to fill up my gas tank, and that's a recession to me, man. And I make money. You know what I mean? So, like, jeez.
That's definitely true. I drive a Durango too, so I drive a V8 Durango. So
oh, you're living. Dude, no wonder you want the markup, man. You gotta figure out how to pay that gas bill. All right, well, Caesar, you got my number. Go tell Chop, sell one of his necklaces, call me up, and let's do a deal at MSRP, and I'll come out there. I think you guys are gonna have a bunch of them in a couple weeks when I'm there. I'll come see you because you seem like a really cool cat, and then we'll bring Chop out. We'll take Chop around the back of the building. You hold him, and I'll just wail on him until he comes off that markup. Deal?
Let's get it, man. We'll both do it. We'll have a 2-for-1.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, thanks. So I know y'all love these videos, and you know they announced they're recording the call, so you know that's what we're doing. I love these car sales guys. They're just working, man. I know I've beat up on them so much, but they're just working. And I was, you know, in my 20s too, and I was just working. I'm learning my way, and at least this kid's he didn't have any slick answers trying to, well, this car is going to triple in value and this is an investment. He didn't try that crap on me. As a matter of fact, he was just like, I don't even know what to tell you, man. That's what they want for the car. So 40,000 over, they're smoking crack. Now I'm going to put a clip up here while I'm talking. There's like 1 million cars on their lot, and they have so many cars because it's a huge dealership with massive allocations. So just some advice. I mean, know that waiting is going to help. I know I've done so many of these videos, and I thought I'd just do one more today because it just seemed like so perfect to call these guys after seeing their Instagram post. If you see my post on Instagram, I was kind of clowning on them a little bit about having a giant full lot of Hellcats and Scat Packs and special editions, and saying, you know, we've got all these cars, and then you call them up and then it's like 40 over. Come on. Well, you can make me an offer. Yeah, how about $2,000 under MSRP? How about you throw some power dollars in there and get Stellantis to do it at 2.9% for 84 months? And then we got a deal. I mean, it's just craziness. So, folks, supply is huge with the Dodge products. So many of these cars are out there right now. Don't fall for the crap. I just thought I'd do this quick video, share with you all some of the insanity that's still going on out there, but just go on to some of these lots. There's so many cars. As a matter of fact, what we'll do right now, we'll go walk around a lot, and I'll show you how packed this lot is. How many cars are there. Now, I remember going to this lot a year ago, and they were spreading the cars out because they didn't have enough cars. They didn't have many cars. And then what cars they did have were used cars and trade-ins and stuff. But I also want to make the point real quick is, when I asked the last guy that I called at this same dealership, I said, so if I bring my Scat Pack to you right now that's brand new, a few thousand miles on it, and want to trade it in, and it's a special edition, and by the way, they told me they've got these $40,000 markups on special editions, $20,000 markups. A lot of the dealers are on the special editions because they're rare cars, never going to make them again, and they're very special. So then I say, that's cool. I got a deal for you then. So since you guys are able to get, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 30, $40,000 over, you want to take my Scat Pack Swinger? And here's what he says. I swear the other day I couldn't record this one because I was in a restaurant having a martini, just doing some research, and he says, we use Kelley Blue Book to make our offers. And when I said, are you full Kelley Blue Book? Are you full retail Kelley Blue Book? He says, no, usually back a book by a little bit. So that means low Blue Book, wholesale pricing, trade-in value, and he's saying that car is going to be way less than what I paid for it. That's cool. I expect that. That's normal. That's the way it should be with cars. These should not be considered to be investments and appreciating assets. They're not. They never will be. It just is what it is. Maybe the Demon has a chance, but these things don't. Even my special edition does not. But he says, well, we have to look at what Kelley Blue Book says. Wait a minute. I have a markup on my trade-in. Markup on my trade-in is Kelley Blue Book plus 10,000. So considering you're getting 20, 30, 40 over retail on a new car, let's go ahead and knock a little bit off. Let's knock $5,000 off, and let's make sure you get my car for enough wholesale to go ahead and make money. So if my car retails for $68,000 and you're asking $75,000 to $85,000 for a special edition right now, then I'll make you a deal you can't refuse. I'll make you a deal that's so undervalued based on your own words that I don't know how you could turn it down. As a matter of fact, brace yourself, because it's going to be amazing. I will take $70,000 for my special edition Swinger. Today and today only, cash only. I'll be there tomorrow, and well, let's boogie. And of course, what was his response? Well, no, we'd have to look at it, and we'll make you an offer, but it's going to be low book, back a book, which means they're probably looking at 60, maybe even in the 50s, for this car. Maybe the high 50s, but nonetheless be in the 50s. So that's how it goes. It works great when they're selling to you. When you're trading it in, all of a sudden it's not that popular anymore. It's freaking hilarious. Let's go ahead and walk through this dealership, and we'll wrap this video up, and I'll just show you. It'll be shocking if I can even find a parking space in this dealership with all the cars they've got piled up. And they're a small Dodge dealer, so they don't have a lot of special editions and stuff, but they've got cars that have been sitting there for months and months and months that I've shared on my channel in the past. So let's go ahead and go check those out. All right, there's probably no parking. Challengers for a mile that way, and more Chargers, Jeeps, used cars. So many. Look at this. I can't barely get through. This is crazy. I can't barely get through. I'm gonna try to park. I'm gonna try to fit this thing in right here, right next to the Rolls Royce. So Jeeps, Chargers, SXT, Durangos, more Chargers, more Chargers. Oh, there's a black Hellcat still here. Like, what, 3 months ago we shot a video, and that Hellcat was here. Wow, yeah, look at this thing. This thing's been here for a long time with the red interior. No price, with $1,600, $1,500, over, whoa, that's like $4,000 worth of add-ons. $200 wheel locks, $800 in 3M protection Silajet for $1,500, ELO GPS for $1,700. Markup, I'm sure, not sold. Still here, months later. So if they're so popular, everybody, why in the hell are these cars not selling? A bunch of Challengers stuffed in here, and Chargers down here, stuffed in here. Stuffed in. What is this? No, SXT. What's this, a Scat Pack? Yeah, Scat Pack. 60,000 with $5,000. Got a $5,000 market adjustment. Wheel locks for $95. Why are wheel locks $95 for this car? $200 for the Hellcat. It's like the same wheels. So wheel locks are only $99 in this part of the world. In that part of the world, 20 feet over there, they're twice as much money. 3M protection. Oh, ELO GPS warranty. GPS thing. It's $1,700 on the Hellcat. It's $1,500 on a Scat Pack. Yeah, it's the same exact product. I don't understand this. It doesn't make sense. 3M protection for $995. This is a Hellcat jailbreak narrow body for $82,000. Not sold. And has, Oh, for $112,000. This is the same car that Hemet has for in the $70,000 range. They've got $25,000 plus $1,700 for ELO GPS. See, it's different 2 feet or 2 cars over than it is on the Scat Pack. Silajet, same thing, another $4,000 or $5,000 worth of crap. But look at this. I'm gonna need to get some water, and I'm gonna get a workout here walking through all these charges. Now, yes, some of them are SXTs, GTs, yet they're still asking for $43,000 with all the markups. There's $4,000 of markups stuff on there. Here, the ELO thing is $1,500. So, just changes depending on what car you want to buy. It's more money because, you know, installing that in a Hellcat charger is a lot harder than it is in a SXT. I'm being sarcastic. $45,000. So a lot of SXTs. By the way, if you want a Gladiator, there's a million Gladiators back there. A ton of Jeeps. I hear they're gonna start. I hear they're doing back of, you know, 10 grand lower on those Gladiators. So they can't get rid of them. So a GT. Here's a nice Daytona. Here's a 300C. And here's a Hellcat. There's a few more Hellcats. So $80,000 for a jailbreak, narrow body, beautiful color. Then we come over here, and the price jumps to $110,000. Look at that, $110,000. So, oh yeah, ELO GPS is $1,700 on this car versus $1,495 on the other car. I don't understand this. It's just comedy. Wheel locks are now $200 on this car versus $95 on the other cars, which is still twice as much as those cost. There's another Hellcat right here. Jailbreak. They want $100,537 for this guy. I mean, if you want a narrow body, you can get those things for MSRP all day long. And then you've got a Hornet. Now, what every dealer's told me is they can't give these things away. So this is $35,000 GT all-wheel drive. I'll come around here. They still have, even on a Hornet that nobody in the world wants, they still have marked up to $42,000. And they wonder why there's no room. Like, what if I want to test drive this car? There's no way I'm going to get to drive that car because it's packed. And there's more down here. Anyways, you see down there, there's a whole bunch more Chargers and Challengers. A lot of SXTs, GTs. Here's a nice Scat Pack Charger, narrow body. $50,000, $55,905. So not horrible. It's a narrow body. Not horrible. And then they take it to $70,088. Look at that, folks. $70,000, $10,000 market adjustment, and all the junk on there. That is unbelievable. Daytonas. So that's it, folks.
All right, so sorry this video was a little longer, but just had to show you all this stuff. And I figure it's gonna be like spinning the flywheel with everybody. You know, the flywheel's going. I've got you all hopefully on the same page that we're not paying markups, we're not paying over MSRP, we're getting really close to holding out and going below MSRP even. That a video here and there now, I'm not gonna do just constant videos on this stuff, but a video here and there to make sure you all see this is what's happening, and check all the other videos out there and you'll see that it's happening. Dealers can't move these things, and Hellcats and Scat Packs, and they can't move them with the markups anymore. They're just sitting there collecting dust. 100, 200 days, 150 days. It's so many days, triple digits, that these things won't move, and the dealers don't know what to say. And I just talked to a kid at the dealership that I was just at, that I didn't get on recording, I don't think, that said he thinks it's just gas prices, that nobody's coming in to buy these big V8s right now. Not at the $7 in California a gallon in gas, and no matter where you go in the country, it's still a lot. So with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Stay vigilant. Don't pay the markups. Hold firm. Repos are coming. You've got all kinds of used stuff that's going to be hitting the market. It's already hitting the market.
use car gurus to see how many days the cars have been sitting there, and play hardball with these dealerships and tell them somebody's going to buy a car today. You're either going to rebuy your Hellcat for the markup you're asking, the $40,000 you're asking, or I'm going to buy it for MSRP or less. So it just comes down to who wants the car the most. My assumption is if you want $40,000 over and you're not going to come off of that, or let's say you do come down to $20,000 over, and now you're looking at, let's say, $100,000 for a regular Hellcat wide body jailbreak, then congratulations, you just bought it. You just rebought your own car for that price as I'm walking out of the dealership. And that's the verbiage you need to use with them. And just tell them straight up, look, a sale's going to be made. One of us is buying this car today. I'm either going to buy it and it's going to be new to me, or you're going to buy the same car you've been sitting on for exactly what you're asking. And that means hopefully you get to enjoy that car and take it out and do donuts in it and do all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, you don't? So it just has to sit here and just gather dust? Well, that sucks. So you're going to rebuy your own car basically for that markup, hoping somebody else is going to show up to buy it. Yet in 144 days or 104 days or 130 days, no one's shown up. I'm thinking maybe nobody wants it. Crazy, I know, to think that. But I mean, demand is what it is. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, share this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.